What's good? What's good? What's good, my brother?
Man, what's going on, bro?
How you doing today?
Man, really, really well, man. It's a nice day outside. Pretty decent weather,
Mm-hmm.
apart from what we've been having lately.
Facts, facts, facts.
So, man, can't wait for today's topic.
So today we're gonna dive into one of the most, arguably one of the biggest pastime in not just DMV history, but like urban history. Period.
Yeah,
Um, Joning.
yeah. Some people call it joning. Like we call it joning. Some people call it bagging or
Yeah,
so whatever in the world they want to call it. But us is joning.
it's Joning. And for those not to know, it's when you, in a playful sort of way, it can lead to serious situations sometimes.
More than sometimes.
Yeah, more than sometimes. In a joking sort of way, you're kind of hurling insults at an opponent.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
a lot of us have turned it into a sport.
yes, I feel like it's a sport.
Yeah.
It's an art form, sports entertainment. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
It's like wrestling.
Yeah, definitely like wrestling.
Yeah,
So, do you want to take the reins on this one? Because I know, let's hear from the master, or do you want to hear from just the understudy?
I mean, I feel like we both could, take this one. Pause.
Yeah, definitely. So, no, hold up, hold up. All right, back to the subject.
Yeah. So, do you remember the first time you joned or got joned on?
Man, real early, to be honest.
Yeah, that's sad, right?
Yeah, because we grew up in the era where they were just breaking out of the yo mama jokes.
Yeah.
So I'm in all of like second grade,
Right.
and people like talking, oh your mama's so fat and all that. Like, come on.
So were you a fan of the Yo Mama jokes?
Some of them were clever, and a lot of them were really like cliche.
Yeah.
Because back then we weren't really in right mind space in order for us to understand how to be more intricate with our words.
Right.
So we were still used to the very generic. Your mama was so stupid. She thought a quarterback was a refund and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the old classics. We were just used to that. Or we'll throw in like some real dumb
mother
shit.
So stupid that told her it was chilly outside.
Yeah,
She went and got a
got
spoon
both.
in the bowl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. We was just breaking out of that. And to be honest, it was kind of crazy
Right.
for us to be thinking that way at such a young age, but that was us. That's what we did.
Right.
Even growing up in a somewhat unurban setting when I was younger, I still managed to find myself being like bashed
Right.
by people
Right.
with words.
Right.
So when was your first time actually getting joned or joning?
Well, my first time getting joned on was probably in the 5th grade.
5th grade?
Yeah.
Now
This
what
is
is-
when I first moved to Maryland.
Oh,
So
crash course.
yeah. So I didn't know like what it was at the time. I mean, you kind of just it's a fine line between being bullied and things like that. So it isn't serious. It's not serious enough to be that you being bullied, but people just making you the butt of the jokes and
Yeah.
yeah. So I still remember like I had went to school and I had on this FUBU jersey.
Mm.
And FUBU, their jerseys have like, the 0 and the 5, but it's only on one side though, so it's not on both sides. And then like it's not no name on the back of, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I remember the old FUBU jerseys.
yeah, and then so I just remember like just being in class one day and then someone is like, oh yeah, bro, that jersey just sweet. You know what I'm saying? And at first you thinking like, all right, niggas fucking with it, all right, cool. Appreciate that. And then the next thing you know, somebody else says something and it's like, oh damn, bro, ain't no name on the back of that joke. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody would laugh just like that. And then next
Yeah.
thing you know, it's a snowball effect, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's like the whole class is just. And I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You don't know what to say.
one, I'm new, and two, it's like, yo, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? And then, you go back around the way, and it's like, oh yeah, niggas fired you up and this and that. You see what people got on, and then you start making jokes and stuff like that. I never was really exposed to like the yo mama jokes like that. So by the time I came around, you were starting to just like Joan.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would have took the yo mama jokes too well anyway, because if I didn't know what Jonah was, I would just assume he's really talking about my mother. You know what I'm saying?
That was definitely one of the drawbacks.
Yeah. What you say about my mama?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that was one of the drawbacks, bro. Like, you couldn't use yo mama jokes in certain eras.
Yeah.
Cause we was starting to get really like overprotective of our parents,
Right.
and you say yo mama jokes to like a kid, and like they ready to fight.
Right. Yeah.
It's been plenty of times I heard niggas like, "Hey, bro, don't be talking about my mama like that and shit." And
Yeah.
and they serious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've said that before. Like as far as like when it comes to Jonah, like just kind of, cause you never know like what people's situation is.
Yeah.
Like, cause I've been on both sides where it's like I've said something about somebody's mom and no, my mother this, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's
then
just like
you feel real bad.
yeah,
it's like,
nah, it's like
I'm sorry.
yeah,
bro.
my bad, cuz you know what I'm saying. I get to just got fire them up in a different way, but back to you, you know what I'm saying? But nah, it's just when that started to happen more times than not is when I was just like, let's get away from your mama.
Yeah, you got to be more creative.
Yeah, let's get away from the parents
And I think that actually helped as far as like our ideas are concerned when it comes to Jonan, because we actually talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
The kids that were able to come up with the really creative jokes, those were some of the smartest kids.
Oh yeah, of course. It's you're just putting your creativity into Jonan.
Yeah.
Every kid has like creativity that they apply somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that you just got to pick and choose what you want to apply it to. And the more and more people Joan, the more and more I think we realize, I need to step back and put this into this.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just how it comes about.
Yeah, bro. So I'm gonna ask you this question. I want to say, like, at what point did you feel as though, like, yeah, I'm the man at this?
Man, I don't know. That was like well into like high school, I think.
Yeah, same for me.
Same for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of felt like we was Jonah heavy. I think my heaviest year Jonah, one of the heaviest years I ever Jonah was in 7th grade. And I didn't feel, we was Jonah a lot, but I didn't feel confident about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have bet money on myself.
Yeah, I had that same feeling when I was at Jackson. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we Joan, but I didn't feel as though like I was like at a peak performance back then.
Right.
But once I started to develop like mentally, then I was like, all right, yeah, I can see myself doing this more often at a higher rate and at a very elevated level.
Right. Like, and when I came to Jackson, it was less Jonan than when I was in 7th grade. But the even though it was less Jonan, the Jonas were better though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So even then I felt like my bar was set like low. Mm-hmm. I didn't even want to like, I didn't have to fire you up. I just wanted to keep up with you. If I could somehow keep up with you, that was good enough for me.
Understandable. I felt kind of like the same way.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like we all just kind of, unless back then, because, obviously the ones who were the best probably knew that they were the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're probably super confident at an early age, but we kind of had to grow into like, you know how LeBron just come out of high school and he's like King James day one.
Yeah.
But then there's ones who it takes a few years. Well, okay, cuz right there, Dwayne Wade did pretty good for himself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
3 years of college.
Talk about Dwayne Wade.
3 years of college, and now he's a Hall of Famer. So yeah, I think 11th grade was when I was just like, and it wasn't even like nothing specific. It wasn't really a specific situation that happened. It was a situation, but it was more like who wasn't around anymore versus like me actually felt like I'm taking the throne.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
'Cause I never really felt that way though.
What you mean?
When you mentioned, well, I don't know if this is a situation to where I'm just trying to take the throne, or I'm just stagnant, or I'm just here.
Okay.
I never felt as though I was going to try and take the throne from anybody. I was more just like, well, I'm a coast, and if you have the words for me, then, well, that's your funeral. Like that was me.
So just you're not gonna go looking for trouble.
Nah.
But you'll defend yourself
and more than likely win. So
right,
like really sneaky-esque. So you didn't expect it from me because I was so quiet, but then out of nowhere you got them Tyson haymakers, and you're just like, damn, I didn't know this nigga had that shit like that.
Yeah, that's very laid back.
Yeah.
See, but you were like laid back in school, so that's cool. That worked for you.
It did.
Like after a while, I was more so of like an attraction.
Yeah. Yeah, I could
whether you're on the good end or the bad end, like, you know how in battle rap, even though a battle rapper, depending on who it is, they could lose 3-4 battles in a row, but they'll still keep getting booked for battles. Like I felt like the back half of high school, that's how I was. So whether I was gonna win or lose, people just wanted to see niggas act a fool.
That's also true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could just be chilling. I'm like, oh yeah, such and such say he'll fire you up, and
yeah,
such and such
always,
they say,
it never be somebody that could really join for real. It just be like some random ass
yeah. Or if it is like a top competitor from like another group or something, they haven't said nothing.
They haven't.
It's just somebody making something up, just to like.
I
wonder who would win if such and such win against such and such.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
like they trying to settle the battle and shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They playing smack right now, bro.
Yeah, and then it's like, at first you fall for it because it's like somebody walk up and be like, yo, like I remember one time, I think I was in 11th grade, maybe even 12. Like, yo, Demetrius said such and such about you and shit.
Good old Demetrius.
And so I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell him I said, such and such about him. You know what I'm saying? So
they just try to fan the flames.
Yeah. So then he come up and be like, oh, I heard you was Joaning and all that, and I was like, yeah, I heard you was too. And he like, I didn't say nothing about your little box head. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, such and such told me you said this, and then even though now it's a miscommunication because somebody clearly started this, but it's already to a point where this got to happen.
Yeah, and then sometimes they would actually get unlucky, and the person who started it will end up getting fired up too.
Yeah,
that's happened. That's happened.
Yeah, and deservedly so.
Definitely deservedly.
Yeah, deservedly so.
Deservedly so, yes.
Yeah.
That's happened to me a few times though. Like you
been the one to start something?
No, not that. Like people will say, "Oh, I heard such and such say you can fire you up," and then that comes like everything comes full circle, and we start joning.
Yeah.
And I was one of the ones that kind of like peeped the ones that was trying to instigate, and I just try to like incorporate them into it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make like a random joke, like, nigga, hey, you ugly as shit, boy. You look like that nigga hairline right there, Slim. I'm like, it just, you gotta incorporate them niggas in the Jones, like, regardless of the situation, because they deserve to get fired up.
Yeah, and then if you incorporate them using the good enough Jones, the tide turns to them anyway.
Yeah,
and deserve, like we said, deservedly so.
Yeah, and then you killing two birds with one stone, because technically, if you firing up two niggas at once, you automatically gain the upper hand. That's like seeing Gray Hoodie Lux or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you done put on the armor. Like, nigga, you about to win.
Right.
But I tell you this, like, just going back to just the old days of us being in the little circle right there by the gym in Forestville, man, there was some battles to be had there.
Yeah, it was like, even just amongst us, it was so many of us.
Yeah.
Like, by this time, so I'm in the 12th grade at this time. By this time, we at least could easily over there be 20, 25 deep.
Yeah, at minimum.
And out of that, 15 people can join.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, of course, you'll have the occasional females who didn't want to join.
Mm-hmm.
But we also had the occasional ones that did join.
Yes.
Occasional guys that didn't want to join because even though they felt like, they probably just felt like there was easy pickings or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we had those, yeah.
Yeah. So, and we had this conversation the other day. It was just like, you just in a certain position where it's like, I could lose to like somebody I view as an equal talent.
Yeah.
But there's absolutely no way I could lose to a person that people viewed as easy pickings.
That's actual facts. Like, you have to take them more seriously than the people that are up to your level.
Yeah, because I could lose to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like there would be no shame. Me like, all right, Mike got the best of me. You know what I'm saying? he's on a level where he's gonna be like super top tier one day anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I ever got to that level.
But at that I'm like, my senior year, at that point, I could just go off what it's looking like, like how niggas what directions niggas is trending in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Versus like a Nate.
Yeah,
where it's like, this is his senior year too. You know what I'm saying? And he's easy pickings.
Yeah, he's going over there specifically to get fired.
Right. Like, he know when he come around, as soon as he try to join, he knows what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to lose to that, then it's just going to be like, I mean, yeah, nice little resume, but what about that one? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's always that one time.
What about that one time? Is it? You know what I'm saying?
It's always that "what have you done for me lately" type
of
feeling, bro.
Yeah, remember Nate ride you up in that corner though? And just pray it ain't no special. It ain't senior night. It ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I'm on senior night. You got fired up, is it? You know what I'm saying?
Like randomly on prom.
Yeah. I'm gonna never forget this. You know what I'm saying? But nah.
So niggas forget like the whole day, but the rest, as soon as they mention that situation, they're like, "Hey, nigga, you got fired up on that." Like, it's over.
Yeah. Like
your day is ruined if you lose to somebody like that.
Yeah, my day would definitely be ruined. Everybody, if your day is not ruined, then you weren't competitive enough.
Yeah. Like there's times where I have sparring sessions with niggas.
Yeah.
But it's just. I don't know. It just seems as though I didn't care enough at certain point. Like, if I cared a lot, I would do it more. But I just chose not to.
Yeah, we sparred. We sparred a lot, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
so we sparred over the phone. We sparred like over people's houses, and it even like outside of sparring, it just happens. Period. Anyway, like I could be joining like with Mo. You know what I'm saying? Cause
Mo is a sleeper cell, bro. Like,
yeah, or like with Ty or with Mel, like I could be, even though we sparring, it's like there still was times where it's like, okay, so you doing it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, you done it real, yeah.
When you hear that, so you joining? Like when you hear that, that's the national phrase. Like, it's time, it's time.
Yeah, because it's like, even though we're like super bros, you have the moments where you gotta like, you just want to test the waters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know we all top dogs, but I think I'm the top dog. You know, and then I don't know. But what grade for you? Was it like?
Yeah, I think mine was like when we met, like 11th grade.
Right.
At that point, I had to elevate
Right.
because I was decent, but going against people like y'all, it was like, okay, hold up. I'm not prepared for this, so I had to really like jump into my bag and shit. I'm like, okay, let me get a little bit more, like a little bit more weight to myself, so to speak.
Right.
Like a little more weight to my words, cause y'all niggas like
once you picked up the style though, it was good.
Yeah.
It's just that we brought different stuff to the table.
So, cause I used to go back and forth with Thurston and Mike,
Right.
and those were like some quote unquote top tier niggas.
Right. Definitely.
Even though people didn't really understand, like the nigga Mike was funny as hell, and he would fire you up in a heartbeat.
Facts.
So, I would go back and forth with them, and then that's when I ended up meeting y'all. Like I met you, Black Ave, yeah, Mel.
Yeah.
Back when he was selling candy out of his backpack and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, that nigga been a hustler for a brick.
Always.
He been a hustler for a brick.
Always.
But yeah, like once I met y'all and I joined the little corner over there by the gym,
Yeah.
that's when I had no choice but to elevate my game.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to feel like, you know what, I'm actually really good at this. And I can probably go toe-to-toe with a lot of y'all and shit.
Yeah.
Cause, you know, because Mo was one of them niggas that would really, like, throw slide jokes at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the middle of you joining with somebody else, he'll throw a slide joke.
Yeah, that's the little indirect, you know, or the you might glance over and you'll see somebody making a funny eye at you or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like it could go so many ways so quickly.
Yeah.
Like me and you could be joning, and then it'll be like a sub session going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody else is next to you is joning on you, and you know what I'm saying? And then
you
it's
don't
like,
even know, but now I feel like you being attacked from all sides, and it's just like, well, I have no other choice, but I have to I gotta look at y'all as enemies now.
Right. And then, like I said a few minutes ago, that's just us.
Mm-hmm.
That's before you even get to the rest of the school.
Yeah.
You know
Did you get the niggas like Demetrius?
Yeah, like their group, like with Kenny and all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Them niggas will fire your ass up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and it's like that's because that's what I really used to look forward to, was like we didn't have like a bunch of run-ins with them, but the ones that we did have, they was like classic because it's different styles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I knew going against like one of them, they're like great Jonas, but I felt like I was a great performer.
Yeah, I can attest to that
Because it's like we had the storytelling shit. Now we had that shit down pat.
Yeah.
We was great storytellers. So you could Joan, but it's like, are you gonna be able to stand up against a story?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like trips to the barbershop or trips to the mall, or you know what I'm saying? Like anything like
y'all, they're really painting vivid pictures back then, bro. That shit was wild.
Yeah, hand movements, dances, and we got like when I tell you, like anybody that's listening, when I tell you that we were performers, it was a performance.
Yeah, they took that shit to heart. It was an art form.
Yeah, if you was gonna fire me up, you was gonna earn that shit. You know what I'm saying? And even still, like somebody was gonna have a moment. You know, I don't think I've never been fired up to the point where I at least didn't have a moment in the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, 12th grade, I felt like that was the pinnacle of like all pinnacles from like all different aspects of Jonah.
Yeah, because we're somewhat docile nowadays.
Yeah,
we haven't really like jumped into the bag like that for real, except for like on Facebook randomly when we
here and there.
Like if we get together and start joning this shit, it's a spectacle.
Yeah, it's just a spectacle, and a lot of people that they don't join, they don't even join no more.
They don't.
Yeah,
like you see people that used to like really fire niggas up back in the day. They just like, I don't really fuck with them.
Yeah, and when I see people, because it's like I've had like some rivals that I would come to English class and it'd just be like I couldn't even sit down for 5 minutes without somebody saying something. And now it's just like, you know, I don't even be on that Joan and shit no more. And I'm like, damn, for real? Like, what?
But the funny thing is, like that's actually me right now. I'm just chilling. I'm coasting.
But it's like, I don't know. Maybe because with me, I want to coast, but it's like, how can you? Like,
yeah,
because you see it. You see it like
it's the demon that it keeps coming back.
Yeah, because it's always somebody that they still want to join, and they still feel like niggas is a spectacle to see, even years later. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
I don't.
Son, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I actually took pride in actually firing myself up every now and then.
Yeah.
Because the whole Soul Glow bro shit like that's me firing myself up.
Yeah. I tend to like to make myself look silly too. Like when we do the. All right, so let me ask you this: What about early in high school?
All right.
So your joining skills are you're not at the pinnacle yet. So early in high school, was that big joiners around anyway?
I mean, it wasn't really because we had a somewhat how do I put it? Like we were somewhat quiet ninth graders. Like we weren't really out there. Well, me personally, I know like I wasn't really like out there like that as far as joning, because we was coming from Jackson, where niggas was joning just for the fun of it. They didn't give a damn. Like they just wanted to fire you up, and they didn't care if you was gonna come back or not. Like they picking on niggas literally.
Right.
So I'm coming from that.
Right.
Now I'm like, all right. Nobody really want to join for real. So I'm just like, well, fuck it. So I'm just gonna go to school, do whatever, come back home, play my video games.
Right.
But around that time, I think that was when I was starting to like fall back from it. So I would consider myself back then like somewhat low tier.
Okay.
Because I wasn't doing it no more.
Right.
But once I got to like 10th and 11th grade, then 10th grade is when I started to actually do a little bit more because I'm in classes with more people.
Yeah.
I mean, the 9th grade, I did have a class with Demetrius. We had English class with like Mr. Myrick Jones. It was me, Demetrius, PJ, fucking Brian Jones, like the dark skinned BJ.
Right.
Who else? Like Brandon Anderson. Like I don't know if you remember him, but it was a couple jump, like a couple Jonas in the jump for real, but it wasn't really
nothing heavy.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, I was just more quiet back then. I ain't really say much.
Okay.
But then 10th grade rolled around, came out of my shell a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now
second year of high school, you learning. I mean, you got a little foundation.
And then I started to talk a little bit more trash here and there. You know, somebody say something to me, so I say something back to him because 10th grade is when I met Thurston.
Right.
I met Thurston in 10th grade, and then I met Mike in 11th grade, and that's when I met the rest of y'all.
Right.
And I had no other choice but to elevate, like I said before.
Right.
So I had to jump from like mid-tier at that point because I was already going back and forth with Thurston.
Right.
I had to jump from mid-tier to y'all level, which was really, really tough.
Right.
And then I'm not even just going back and forth with y'all. I'm going back and forth with almost everybody that wants smoke.
Because once people know that you're a Joner, it's like it opens the floodgates.
It does.
Yeah. Any and everybody, teachers wanted to see shows sometimes.
Yeah, that's also true. They got some laughs out of us.
Oh yeah. When I was in 9th grade, we would join amongst each other for the most part because by this time I already knew Mel, Mo, Thurston. Sean was like basically the punching bag.
Yeah.
So
he accepts that role.
Yeah. So that would be like the crash course dummy on everything, firing him up.
Yeah. He just sitting there laughing and holding his face.
Yeah. It'd be a couple people that you just join on, but they wouldn't say nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And then there's the mid tier niggas that are just like, well, you just want to see them Jones for sport just so you guys have some entertainment and shit.
yeah. And
Like,
then it was like the seniors, and the juniors, because they wasn't in the uniforms and stuff. They had like some good joners, but of course, you know, we wasn't like top tier out of the gates. We was more so like you see these group of niggas like, oh yeah, one of them might be the MVP in 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You see the potential, but it ain't cash out yet. And man, it was this one dude. His name was Gogo or whatever. He's like real big or something. He's like 6'6", 6'7" or some shit, real dark skin. Yeah. I don't know, people used to think he was gay or something. I don't know, but he was like the pinnacle of Jonas. And so I think he graduated in, I think, 05, I want to say. So I know I told you this story a few times, but this was like the only Jonah regret that we've ever had in high school is that he used to be firing up people, 2-3 people at a time sometimes. Like nigga was like, it's funny and everything, you know what I'm saying? So we had devised this little plan, like, you know, this nigga about to graduate. We gonna take the crown from this nigga. We just gonna fire his ass up. You know what I'm saying? And it was getting close to the time, you know, the seniors, they leave school earlier than the rest of everybody. You know what I'm saying? They leave school like a month earlier than everybody else do. So I remember telling like Mo and Mel and Thurston and Black Abe, like, you know, we done seen him fire 2-3 people up, but it's no way in the world he could get all of us. Like, we not the average 2-3 people. You know what I'm saying? And this me just being like boastful, because we damn sure was the average. 2-3. At this point, it was just more of us. You know what I'm saying?
hey, but that confidence sometimes it elevates you, man.
And I was ready. Like, I was ready for it. Like, I wanted that shit. Like, I really wanted that shit. Like, because the way that things happened was like, it was satisfying, but it wasn't. Because I felt like we left that on the table. So it was one day we was walking down like towards the math hallway, and we was like, all right, next time we see him, we just gonna fire him up. And he just so happened to walk out one of the classrooms. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm looking, and I'm like, all right, here we go. You know what I'm saying? I looked at Mel looking back at me. I looked at Black Abe, and everybody just looking and shit like that. And then like it just went from being like, we about to fire this nigga up to, y'all, we not gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? like when he walking down the hallway and, you know, shit get to moving in slow motion and all.
Man had a little Rick James.
And I'm like, yo, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then he just ended up walking past us, and he knew it. He knew it, because he knew we was Jonas, and you could see in his face he expected something to happen. But then when he just walked past it and we ain't say nothing, he gave like a little look back and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, bro.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like, I just, to this day, I said, damn, we should have just did something. That I should have just went at it by myself if I had to. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I froze up. We ain't do it. I kind of felt like we kind of backed into the crown.
Damn, bro, y'all niggas pulled a Donovan McNabb in the Super Bowls. Man.
Threw up in the huddles, man. Let Tom Brady get away, man.
But bro, I'm telling you, like, stuff like that, it is intimidating when you go up against somebody who is like somewhat like top tier.
Yeah, he was like polarized.
Yeah. Like a figure of that stature, so to speak, is just. They seem so much like an anomaly. Like, they're not even there for real.
Right.
Like, they could be like, they could have like the worst like grades in the entire school, but if you're known for Jonah, it doesn't matter how dumb you really are in schoolwork.
Right.
Like, they don't give a shit about that for real. Like, being smart pales in comparison to being a good Jonah. Like, you could be academically top tier, but the nigga who can fire up everybody in the school is going to be more or a lot higher on the list than you are.
Right.
In areas that we live in. That's
facts.
So I want to get into a little like subtopic. because a lot of people kind of like misconstrue the idea of being funny.
Okay.
You remember in school there was the niggas who can really joan, and there was the people who had the entourage that thought they could joan just because their entourage laughed.
Right. I kind of felt like that was because if you wasn't that good of a Jonah, I kind of felt like that's a good cushion to have.
Yeah.
And it's like you was just, I ain't gonna say you faking it till you make it, but you softening the blow of what actually could happen.
Yeah, because you have people around that's going to laugh at whatever you say
regardless. Yeah. And it's just like, but we also could get them too, though.
Yeah. But niggas like that stunt your growth, though.
It does, because we don't turn entourages against niggas and shit. Like that. if you funny, if you just like genuinely funny, then no matter how much you gonna try not to laugh, because your man going to get somebody else, you gonna turn your head around. You know what I'm saying? You gonna turn around. You gonna go around the corner.
Yeah.
You gonna
see niggas covering their mouth up.
Yeah.
Just look away.
Yeah, and then he just like, nah. But that it does stunt your growth. Like we laughed at like a lot of our shit, but I just felt like a lot of our shit was just funny. It was times that I didn't laugh at niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Like we were very good at critiquing.
Yeah. And that's how you grow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
if the shit wasn't funny, nigga wasn't gonna laugh.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was a few people like that though in school. It was just like had the little group of friends with them. They gonna gas you. You know how battle rap is. For them,
pretty much how battle rap.
Yeah, like
pretty much like any goods battle.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, like that. I get it. I have a problem with that though.
Yeah,
it's cool. And everybody it's different.
It is different. Like we did have a lot of variety as far as Jonahs were concerned.
Yeah, tons of different type of Jonahs.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't know. It's like a smorgasbord of Jonahs. Like
because everybody and everybody would you just didn't know. Like you just like the meme I was telling you about was just like. If you went to school in PG or DC, you had to be ready to join by 7:45 a.m.
Man,
like that's the truth, bro. Like
niggas get fired up at the bus stop.
You walk out to the bus stop, 10 seconds, a nigga to notice something wrong on you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Unless you be wearing the wrong type of shoes with your shirt. It's over.
Like anything, like to wake up and just be like, damn, I feel like firing somebody up. So when I get to the bus stop, let me just fire somebody up and shit.
Son, I remember I used to have my grandfather cut my hair and shit. He used to always cut my hair, like the little crew cut, a little bowl jump. Slim. I remember I went to school. I was still going to Capitol Heights. Well, Capitol Heights Elementary and shit, bro. On the bus ride there, I got fired up so bad, bro. I did not let my grandfather cut my hair like that ever again, bro.
It's traumatized. You like, look, I love you, but you don't understand what this doing. Like, you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm providing endless laughs for people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's therapeutic, but it's traumatizing to me.
Yeah,
like, they getting the laughs off of the shit. That's at my expense.
Yeah, like it was a stint when my brother used to cut my hair, and when he cut his hair, a lot of the time he would get bald heads, but when he didn't, he would just cut it down like low.
Yeah, but he wouldn't use the guard at all,
and he wouldn't do shape ups.
Oh yeah.
So when he would cut my hair, like he'd cut it, like yeah, go ahead, check it out in the mirror or whatever. And I'd be like, bro, you gotta shake me up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't go like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, it's like, well, what you mean that don't look straight? I'm like, yeah, nah, the cut's good. But I'm like, nah, without a shape up, I'm dead in the water. Like, look how smooth the cut look without a shape up. And, like a fade or a box in the back, you like a sitting duck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, go ahead, sit back down. I got you. I'm like, no offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it ain't true. It's just that, in school, Slim, you got you got sway the odds in your favor. Like the more you got to have, the less stuff that you could possibly get talked about.
Yeah, cause we ain't really mentioned this at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that we were all wearing uniforms made it so you had to be a lot more creative.
Yeah, and the thing was, people was doing it.
Yeah,
Like people was flourishing. Like people like, so it's like that was an integral thing. Like that automatically your hair was gonna be like that's the first thing people would scan.
Yep.
You see what kind of haircut he got. He got a bowl cut. You know, anything crooked, anything like, you know, people used to come with the small shape ups and I remember
those look like Lego blocks and shit.
Yeah, I forgot who came. Somebody had a little small shape up. I was like, dang, I see your barber had the little training wheels on his clippers. On his clippers. Like, just that fast. Like it's just now. And once you get the snowball going, everybody just, you know what I'm saying? It's over. And now you probably running home. Hey, why am I shape up, Slim? You know, like.
Oh, no,
just
man, go to the barber, try to get his money back.
Yeah. Barber's probably getting jumped, you know.
So, like the DMV barbers, they on a different kind of spotlight.
Yeah, they got one of the most important jobs in the area, man.
No bull.
Like everything, like goes on how you cut this nigga hair.
Yeah,
you know, like anything is off. Anything crooked, anything like out of sync, like anything, a nigga's gonna notice, Slim.
Bruh, like we was noticing everything. We was noticing eyes, ears, fingernails, like everything, bro.
Yeah.
Like a full body scan, like the Terminator.
Yeah, like that's just what it was, young. So what'd you feel like your like one of your most favorite moments or prolific moments in Joaning came from? It could be any time frame. It ain't even got to be like school or middle school. And it could be yesterday. Like
I don't know, bruh. Like I think like the funniest like moment.
Mm-hmm.
It extended.
Okay.
It was an extended moment.
Okay.
But you remember when the nigga Thurston posed Darius' shoes on his
on
his Facebook.
Yeah.
Curtains after that.
Yeah.
Complete curtains.
Yeah.
Like, if y'all don't know, we spent an entire almost 5 years firing this nigga's shoes up. And we made a simple post it technically look viral by itself. Like, it was only like 6 or 7 of us. It got like 700 comments. And we did all of that consistently. And we created the little boot day. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah, the boot day, yeah.
December 24th every year is considered
Christmas
boot
Eve.
day. Yep.
Christmas Eve.
I still remember Mike's initial reaction. He was like, whose ankle we sparking on this Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, yeah.
Yo, I was dying.
Yeah.
Niggas like, Darius, is this your limb in this photograph? I was like, nah, bro.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the all-time greats right there.
Son, no bull. I still be going back and forth with Mike randomly. Son, I remember it was like last year on that nigga Squirrel post, but he actually deleted this shit. I was upset when he did that.
Right.
He deleted this shit. This nigga posted a picture the little what was it? It was like some Adidas. Bruh. I think it was some Adidas shoes. And the nigga Mike was like, yeah, them Jones are fire. And I was like, bruh, I'm pretty sure on you it'll just look like a couple of white lines.
He said you in a couple of white lines.
Hey, bruh. That nigga, he was blown. I was just like, bruh, for real? And I just kept going. I was like, so you the only nigga I know that can play hide and seek in the dark at broad daylight? I was like, yo, we was going back and forth for at least a good 10, 15 minutes and shit.
Right.
And this is just random. Random. Like, we'll find some shit about somebody. If they post something that's any way incriminating, that we can spark up, it's over.
Right.
It's over. Like, the floodgates are open. That's what I'm telling you. Like, that demon keeps creeping up.
Yeah.
We have no other choice.
Yeah.
That's like one thing that you can't fight.
It's the Joaning. Yeah. I got two moments, right? One from young when I was younger and one from like more recently. And when I was in the 10th grade, we had this English class. We had Miss Worth. And
Miss Worth.
yeah, I like Miss Worth because Miss Worth, like, at the time she was annoying, but like looking back, like she taught us like a lot on the low, you know, because she was like super big on grammar, and one, you know, she's like an older white lady. We used to say she like Austin Powers and all that, or whatever, because she used to look like him in the face, and she used to wear like the little sweaters and the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she used to be so like humongous on grammar, like everything. Like, we take a test, you could fail if you ain't do the right type of grammar and all this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, looking back on it, I thank her for it, because now I feel like I'll never mess up with grammar or nothing, because she used to, like, the whole year, and whole entire year, that's what she was like on. And no matter what we did, it was all about grammar. You know what I'm saying? So, in that class, it was me, Lil Ant, Thurston, and Mel. Like, we all had this class. So, you know, it's like it's endless joning going on here. Light-skinned cuz named Keith, he was like my rival in that joint, and we would like clash and stuff like that. But around this time, so I think you was in 9th grade at this time. I don't know if you remember the substitute teacher. I think his name was what, Mr. Johnson or something. He was like a little young black dude, and he was like, he used to be going around joning on like the students and all that.
I don't know. I remember that. I remember Dr. Kwame used to always say, "I'll cook you."
Yeah, not him. So yeah, it was like it was either Mr. Johnson or Mr. Anthony. It was one of them. So it was like a substitute teacher. He used to come in and he used to be like joning in like on the students and all of that. And then like he had built up like this super reputation, like, oh yeah, you know, nobody fired him up and all this. He'd be down like fire everybody.
Yeah,
up, you know?
like the teachers was the teachers that could joan. They had like a somewhat elevated position.
Yeah, and plus they didn't even have to be good for real. It's just that because that was such a rare thing.
Yeah,
it was going to get gas too.
They get the entourage.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like that's what it was. So, Miss Worth, she's going on vacation, so she's gone for the whole week, and we had different subs, but on the Friday. Because it was only like 3 times. I think it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So the Friday we had him. And, you know, we done all the work for the week and all that. So, you know, we in the joint, laid back, cool. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, now we knew he was a Jonah. But to us, you just had to start something to be Joan. We wasn't going to go out our way. Unless it was, like I said, I had my little rival in the class. Like, I would go out my way to, like, start something with him. But, you know, like, for him, it's just like, I mean, he cool. He ain't saying nothing. He minding his own business and this and that. And so, that Friday, of course, me and the nigga keep joning each other and shit. And the sub, he chimed in. Or whatever.
Oh, man. That's how it started.
Yeah, he chimed in. And he was joning on me. So... You know, one, it's a mistake because, like I said, I got Little Ant, Mel, and Thurston. They all right here.
Yeah, that's an unfair advantage.
Right. Bro. So this is what I did, though. Because Mel was about to join, and I was like, nope, I got this one. I got this. I was like, hold on. I'll get back to you in a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I turn to him, and I'm lighting him up, bro. And I'm like, this was like my Jonah coming out party in high school, cause it's like he got this fake aura, and he's being like destroyed right now. You know what I'm saying? And then that shit flow all over school. It's like, oh yeah, Mr. Anthony got fired up. Yeah, I thought I'd never see the day, son. Hey, cuz lighting him up. Talk about his shoulder pads. Like that was his like niggas really thought he had on shoulder pads. because he had on like one of them FUBU football jerseys.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
funny how shit come full circle.
Yep.
He had on a FUBU football jersey, and the joint was camouflage. Like the shoulders was camouflage.
Oh, no.
So I was like, I said, oh man, my man got the camouflage shoulder pads on. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, he walking down the hallway. Hey, Slim, with them shoulder pads, that's something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like not. She was like not. He used to be so mad after that because people, it would be females walk up like, where them shoulder pads at? And he'll be like real mad, like, stop playing with me like that. Stop playing with me like that. And I was like, yeah, like that's what I felt like. Niggas knew at that point, like, oh, these niggas right here, they just serious. You know.
I mean, when you like one thing I know about Joaning for real, I mean, it separates the men from the boys, but at the same time, like, it doesn't matter what age you are for real.
Right.
Like, Joaning is the great equalizer. It is the end all be all. It don't matter how old you are. You can get fired up by a nigga that's like 17, 18.
Yeah.
Like, there's no cut cards at all. So I completely understand like your situation is like, man, I don't care how much of an aura you got. I don't care if you my teacher or nothing like that. Like, we fired up plenty of teachers, bro.
Because at that point it was survival.
What?
It was like survival. Because it's like now, because you got the machine behind you. Now I feel like my back against the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I did see it as an opportunity to, like, one, test my skills. Because, like I said, I had my 3 bros with me. I easily could have just let one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I'll do this and I'll just see what happens. 'Cause I could have got fired up.
You could have.
And I would have just been another person on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But me winning was just like, that kind of started, like, I feel like the climb to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, that's facts.
Yeah. And then, like, to see what else happened is just, yeah, you can't make that type of stuff up. That's one of my favorite moments ever, you know? Like, he was quote unquote undefeated, man. Just like that.
Yeah. Those are always the best moments and shit. Just to take somebody's reputation away from them almost.
Yeah. Yeah, because
that-
the aura was definitely gone.
Yeah.
Because all it takes, like, once you get fired up once, then it just, nobody's scared. Once you get past that fear factor, nobody's scared of you. No.
Nigga, yeah, that's facts.
Now I'm gonna keep doing it.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Like, all of that, like, just Joaning in general, man. It's a great pastime, realistically.
That's awesome.
Like, we had, like, some of the best times in school came from Joaning, or it, like, a result of.
That's definitely facts. So 2021.
Oh yeah.
Do you think before we get into what we doing, do you feel like you could at this very moment, John?
I mean, most definitely.
Like in a heated water, like could you, or would you need to like shake the rust off?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I probably had to shake the rust off at first.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like,
It's like riding a bike though.
it is.
Yeah.
Like, once you get the wheels going and shit, it's like, oh yeah, I remember how to do this.
Yeah.
And then you realize, yeah, nigga, I really do this.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that same way. I haven't Joan in so long. I Joan here and there, but it's not. Remember we did the cookout last year?
Yeah.
And people just wanted so bad. Just you know what I'm saying? Like they just like you get to a point where it's like people just know what you used to do and they just want to let me see if you know.
Let's see if he still got it.
Yeah, and it's just like, come on, bro, chill. You know you can't.
It's like they poke the bear, so to speak.
Yeah. Like, bro, you don't want to jump for real. You just want me to jump. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, just say that. Like, this, like, I'd rather you just say it than try to, yeah. But I feel like if need be.
Yeah.
Not like back in the day, but I feel like I got 1 or 2 boys in me. That's it.
But I'm telling you, bro, this summer going to be something special.
Yeah, come on, explain to the people.
Well, this year I'm going to be starting up, well, yeah, it's technically my idea, but the 4 of a Kind crew. We're going to be doing the Spark 'em Up Championships for the Hillmar area. and we're gonna try and get as many people as we possibly can, preferably like I'll say maybe like good about 14 people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got to even it out. Then we're gonna crown the champion for the area.
Yeah.
Like every single round, like it's gonna be at least like maybe 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Give somebody a like it'll be technically it'll be like battle rap.
Right.
You got your little back and forth rounds. Like one person goes, then another person, then back and forth, and then we crown a winner for that. And then eventually you move up and move up, move up, move up, and then you get to the championship round. Whoever wins, they got the title for the year.
Right.
So, yeah, that we're gonna try and work on that this summer.
Yeah, definitely should be something interesting, something different, something funny. Obviously.
Yeah, man. Abe said he gonna get in the dojo.
Yeah, I get in the dojo, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna be taking part, but I'm going to be the directing and all that other stuff, the hosting, and all that.
Yeah. I'm not guaranteeing no win, but
It's not guaranteed to win.
I'm guaranteeing somebody have to earn it though.
All right, I can accept that.
Yeah.
We was talking about that on the live the other day.
Yeah. Yeah. The guaranteeing a win thing, that's about 10 years ago. I guarantee a win.
Yeah.
10 years, 2021. Yeah.
And we get Thurston to come around. Cause remember when I posted that, he posted little
I
eyeballs.
ain't got no friends now.
Yeah.
I love Thurston, he my brother, but the bell ring, man. You know.
Completely different story.
Yeah, we all animals, man.
Hey, welcome to the zoo, my nigga.
It's been ages since I've joined on like a brother. Normally it just
Yeah.
comes from outside.
Cause I don't even think we had a sparring session before ever.
I don't think so.
That's wild.
I sparred mostly in high school though. I didn't spar a lot. Like, and even then it would just be light sparring.
Yeah,
But I don't. We never crossed paths on a bad note.
never.
Yeah, like there was never no side joining. There was never no no side eye. There was never no like you never said nothing. Where to the point where I just like, well, let me just joan on this nigga because he said this. You know what I'm saying? No subtle compliments. You know, oh, yeah, what kind of shoes is them? You know what I'm saying? Like it was just never nothing. And vice versa, because we always had normal conversations. Like, it was never, even when we had the class together, it was never, like, nothing that ever went in the wrong direction.
Yeah, like, the most I ever said to you was like, son, why the fuck you always wearing your coat all year? That's the only thing I really ever said to you.
Now, that could have been, you know, if I would have took it that way, I'd have been like, all right, well, he got something he want to get off his chest, obviously, you know. But, nah, that was, like, the only thing. It never, but everybody else, not everybody else, but most people was just, it's always something with people. So
yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah,
like niggas always try to do the little side eye, give you some little
that's the first
backhanded
thing.
compliments or something.
Those are the main two things: the side eyes and the. Oh yeah, see you got them Barclays on again. You know something. You know what I'm saying? Just something. And it's just like okay.
Don't let it be dress down day.
Yeah.
Like,
We missed the dress down day.
nigga, dress down day was the Spark 'em Up championships for real.
Yeah, all week.
No bull.
All week. As soon as you get to the bus stop, get on the bus. As soon as you get to school, outside the gym, first period, second period, just different people all day. You just, yeah.
Jonah had some of the top tier niggas like really scared to dress for Bama Day.
Yeah, I didn't do Bama Day.
Yeah,
Couldn't afford it. You couldn't afford to do Bama Day.
you can't give. Like, I mean, I understand they couldn't afford it.
No, I'm talking about like because they already. Obviously, if it's Bama Day, that's an excuse to dress like this. But that the excuses don't work for people.
It don't. Like if you have a, if you have a reputation for firing niggas up, they're gonna find ammunition.
Because we still join on people on Bama Day.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
had no problem with it at all.
Now you just walk right into the fire. Like you just you literally stepped into this fire. Like I don't school spirit or not, you stepped into this fire.
Yeah, it was still some niggas that ended up still dressing for Bama Day.
Yeah,
but I wasn't that big in the school spirit, and I didn't want to get fired up, so I dressed regular.
I did some days. I didn't do Bama Day. The whole. I think wasn't it a Jersey Day Because I did.
Well,
I mean, that was every day.
I
for
mean,
me
yeah,
anyway.
pretty much.
But you know,
Y'all niggas dressed like fucking Dipset and shit, like
Yeah.
literally.
shout out to Dipset, man. Anything else you want to tell people before we get out of here?
Last thing I'll let y'all know. I mean, we've mentioned it a heck of a lot. You want to do any short film stuff? You want to do any photography things? Anything of that nature? Want to learn how to like do or you want to learn the process in general? Then yeah, hit us up. We have no problem with inviting newcomers. Like we've worked with many people, regardless of who they are or what they represent. Like it doesn't matter, but it just come with an open mind and pretty much a willingness to work and not be a controlling asshole. Like we try and like we're not gonna work with people who are just trying to come in and just take and just move on off some haterist type shit.
Right.
We not for that. Don't come with that type of energy. So
Right.
But any other things, like we're more than willing to work with anybody. So that's pretty much all I got. You got anything?
No, I'm good.
All right then. So I guess that we're done for today. It's been the Breaking Narrative podcast. I am Tony,
I'm Teddy.
and we out here.